Today's Bhagavath Katha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namini. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I also express all gratitude and make many praises to Srila Prabhupada for giving all of us a golden opportunity to go back to Godhead. All goes to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful devotional services to Srimati Radha and Lord Gopinath. Please tell loudly again. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Hare Krishna. Before I get into the Bhagavath Katha, I would like to tell you that on Sunday we have Jagannath Yatra. It starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I request all of you to participate in that one, make it success. And today evening we have Ramayana. We will be starting the Secunderabad beginning. This Bhagavatham, it is compiled by Vysadeva Bhagavan, who is the incarnation of God. This is in 18,000 verses in 12 skandha, and he himself has instructed that this Bhagavatam has to be followed right from the first canto. Actually, the pastimes of Krishna during the Dwapara Yuga, it is there in 10th canto. But we should not directly enter into the pastimes of Krishna because he is enjoying with gopis, Rasa Leela. Many people do that. That we should not do. We should do from the beginning. Like that, we have started from first canto. We are in the chapter 5. Today we are doing the 36th chapter. In this chapter, Narada Maharshi, who is also an incarnation of Krishna Paramatma himself, he instructs how to simplify the Bhagavatam. You can have darshan, sit and have darshan and continue in the class as much time as you have. So, how to simplify the Bhagavatam? Because in the Kali Yuga, we might be PhDs in so many professional courses, but otherwise we are less intelligent in spiritual. In spiritual knowledge, we are less intelligent. So, Vysadeva Bhagavan, he is the Sarvagna, he is all knowledge. He knows everything. But still, to keep the people understanding in a simple way, he was thinking about it. At that time, Narada Maharshi appears over there and tells him, advises him how to simplify the Bhagavatam compilation. So, during that, in this chapter, he is telling about his previous birth. During his previous birth, that is not in this Brahmanda, in the earlier creation, not in this creation. In the earlier creation, Narada Maharshi was the son of a maid servant, like maids we have at home. Like the maids we have at home, like he was a maid servant and they were doing services at the place of sages. So, Hare Krishna, please sit down. So sages, they were doing service of sages, and this Narada Maharshi, he never learnt anything from the spiritual master, only by seeing what sages are doing. While doing the service, he has attained everything. And during this creation, he has become the Manasa Putra of Chaturmukha Brahma. And he is telling about all his birth history to Vyasa Bhagavan. Vyasa Bhagavan knows about it, but still, because this has to be explained in the Bhagavatam so that we all understand it. We get the information of his birth and everything. For that reason, he is explaining about his birth to Vyasa Bhagavan. So in this 36th verse, I shall tell this sloka 3 times very slowly. Please repeat along with me. Thereafter I will do the detailed narration. Kurvana yatra karmani bhagavat shikshat sakat grananti gunanamani krishnasya anusmaranti cha kurvana yatra karmani bhagavat shikshat sakat grananti gunanamani krishnasya anusmaranti cha kurvana yatra karmani bhagavat shikshat sakat grananti gunaganamani krishnasya anusmaranti cha kurvana yatra karmani bhagavat shikshat grananti gunaganamani krishnasya anusmaranti cha. The word-to-word meaning of this verse, kurvanaha, while performing yatra. While performing yatra means thereupon, karmani, duties, Bhagavat, the personality of Godhead, shikshaya, by the will of asakrit, constantly, grinanti, takes on, guna, qualities, namani, names, krishnasya, of Krishna, anusmaranti, constantly remember, and while performing duties according to the order of Krishna. Here Krishna himself is telling this is the order of Krishna. While performing our duties, whatever duties we are doing, whether it is an engineer, lawyer, doctors, whatever it is, we have doing all our duties, we should never leave our responsibilities. We have to perform our duties. So, while performing duties according to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, one constantly remembers Him, His name and His qualities. That is what we need to do. That is the Dharma path. While we need to remember God, because at the end of our life, until unless we remember Him, we would not get the salvation, that is liberation, moksha. We have to get moksha because we have many births earlier, and this is a life cycle going on one after the other, and it will we should get rid of it. We should not have any life or birth, because in this life only we enjoy happiness and also suffer, which are both are temporary, both are not continuous. An expert devotee of Lord can mold his life in such a way that while performing all kinds of duties, either for this or the next life, he can constantly remember the Lord's name. Here it is clearly explained that an expert devotee, that is a devotee is already having practice of remembering God. He molds his life. Maybe in the earlier he was doing all wrong things, following all the Rajasic and Tamasic qualities. But after developing the Satvika Guna, all the three existing in every individual, Satvika Guna, Rajasika and Tamas Guna, which are there in the nature, all of us we have all the nature. One will be dominating, other will be in the subsided state. But whichever is dominating, we will be following that Guna. So one who is having Rajasic Guna dominated, he will be always full of desires, and he will try to achieve that one, and he will have developed lot of attachment for that one. In Tamasic Guna also, one would be very lazy, as well as he will be having all non-prohibited food, he will be get intoxicated, do various other wrong things, gambling and all those things like that. So one should not be attached to have these Tamasic and Rajasic Gunas. Otherwise, one should develop Satvika Guna only. So, while performing all our duties, one should remember to remember God, His name, His fame, His glories, all His events, so that our Satvika Guna will become Shuddha Satvika. It becomes more pure Satvika. So at the end of our life, we will be able to remember God. Otherwise, even if we are not qualified to get salvation in this life, we will get Hare Krishna. Otherwise, we will get a good birth in the next life, where we would have all wealth and water requirements, which we will use it in a proper way. Because in this life, we are remembering God, so that it will continue from there itself. We will not be attached to the material, though we take the another birth also as a human being. Then it is possible that we will be taking birth in a rich family, we will not have any difficulties for our survival, and will not also develop any attachments. But otherwise we will continue our devotion like that. We may also get liberation in this life itself. If we do not, otherwise if we do not follow His name and fame, remembering His glories, then what happens is we would again take birth after birth. Maybe we do not know as which animal or bird we would take birth, or we may go to hell for experiencing sufferings, or we have done some good things also, we may go to Uttama Lokas, but again after enjoying whatever punya is there, we enjoy the Uttama Lokas and come back to this world, because this earth, Prithvi, is the only place where the karma can be performed and we can earn both punya and papa. Never in the other lokas, whether in the hell or in the higher planets, we can never perform the karma and earn the punya or papa. And we should also be very, very careful that we do good things, but we don't need both of them, neither punya or papa, because papa is like iron shackles, and punya is like a golden shackles. Both of them are not required for attaining the moksha. For that reason, we need to remember God, so that we will go to Godhead, go back to our own home. That is, here we have many homes today, but they are all not our real homes. They are all temporary convenience made for the living during this living. As soon as we leave this body, somebody else will occupy the house. So our own house is there at the Krishna's abode. We need to reach his place. The Lord can mold his life in such a way that while performing all kinds of duties, either for this or next life, we can constantly remember the Lord's name, fame, qualities, etc. When we do that, that type of living, God will bless us happiness, and all our desires will be fulfilled in this Ihaloka, that is in this world on the earth. As well, He will also bless us for a good birth in the next life, or even He might give us more directly the salvation, that is moksha. The order of Lord is distinctly there in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is directly spoken by the Supreme Lord Krishna Paramatma to Arjuna. We need to have faith in that, because it is directly spoken by him. And one should work only for the Lord in all spheres of life. Here, one should work for the Lord in all spheres of life means it's not that we have to renunciate everything, come and sit here in the temple or in some ashrama. While performing our activities, our human activities, like whether you are a doctor or in any profession, a lawyer, you perform your duty in a rightful way, and you should do justice to your qualification, whatever you have acquired. If you have acquired a medical degree, treat the patient properly for his survival, because Paramatma is also existing in everybody. So, seeing that Paramatma is there in that patient also, you should do proper justice to him. Similarly to the criminal, if you are a lawyer, you should save him. You should not, like today's justice, it should not be done that. You should work for real justice. Like that. Whatever responsibilities you are having, you should fulfill everything. Like taking care of your parents, grandparents who are living, and training your children right from their childhood in the Krishna consciousness. And you yourself and your spouse both are doing devotional services. While doing all your activities, remember, while cooking also you can chant the Mahamantra, while bathing, while sleeping, while talking to others also, while driving your vehicles or traveling in bus, you need to remember. You need to remember, so that's a practice. This is a way of devotional service to God. But never mistake that you should renunciate everything, shun your responsibility and come and sit here in temple or do something, some other activity. That will lead you in a wrong way. You have to do your duty. In every sphere of life, the Lord should be situated as the proprietor. We might be having our own industry, big industry, or a business, whatever it is. We should not think we are the proprietors. We should not think, and even our own building may be our own building. We must be having costly car. Temporarily we are the owners, but we are not the real owners. The real owners is the Supreme God. See, in the bank, MD of the bank, he sits there as a boss, but he is not the real boss. He cannot take a single rupee from there without writing down that he has taken it. So he is only controlling, he is monitoring all his subordinates. Like that he is a boss, otherwise he is never a boss. We are all servants, whether it is MD, Prime Minister, Chief Minister or President or we, our individuals, we are all servants of God. We should never think that we are boss. Only the Supreme God, He is the boss of all the universes. This is not the only one universe. There are crores of universes which even scientists have accepted. Scientists also accept, they say millions and trillions of universes are there, and in every universe there are many Milky Way, planets are there. According to the Vedic rites, even the worship of some demigods like Indra, Brahma, Saraswati and Ganesha, the system in that all circumstances, the representation of Vishnu must be there as Agneshwara. See, whatever devotion, even if you go to some temple like Ganesha or Saraswati temple, when you do Archana, the beginning they start with Achyutaya Nama, Anantaya Nama, Keshvaya Nama, all those things. That is about the names of the Krishna. Again in the end they say Sri Krishna Arpamastu. In between they might say about Durga, Ganesha, Subramanya, all those things. But again in the end they say Krishna Arpamastu. That means for all these things the offering will finally reach to only God. And all these demigods, that is Devatas. Devatas are having different responsibilities. Each one is having their different responsibilities. Ganesha will see that no hurdles come in our district. It's not that he is giving knowledge. Knowledge is given by Hayagriva. Again, Saraswati Devi also, she does not give us knowledge. She gives us this talking capacity, vocabulary. She controls our dhvani, swara, all these things. Like that, speech. She controls our speech. Like that, different people have different things. Again, Durga Devi is nothing Parvati Devi. Parvati is again during Dwapara Yuga, she has incarnated as Subhadra, this sister of Krishna. And also, before incarnation of Krishna, she has taken the Balarama from the womb of Devaki and placed it in Rohini's womb. Like that she helped. Because of these helps, Krishna has given boon to Durga Devi that during this Kali Yuga, whoever worships her, all their desires to be fulfilled. For that reason, for any other desires you have, you can worship Durga Devi. But otherwise, ultimate giver is only Krishna Paramatma, not anybody else. Even Durga Devi will seek permission Krishna, whether that desire to be given or not, fulfilled or not. Then only she will do. That means finally the giver is on Supreme Lord. Because he is the boss of everybody. He is the boss of everyone. The controlling power of such sacrifices is with Krishna Paramatma. It is recommended that particular demigod be worshipped for a particular purpose. I told you earlier itself, but here they are telling in the Bhagavatham also, If if you are starting any new venture, you start worshipping Ganesha, praying to him. Please see that no hurdles are there. Excepting that giving good profit, although he cannot do. He has no control. You will see that no hurdles are there. No hurdles are there. But otherwise, for whatever the different, this thing is different, only for particular thing they can do. They cannot give you any other blessings. It is recommended that particular demigod be worshipped for a particular purpose, but still the presence of Vishnu is compulsory in order to make the function proper. I told you earlier also, in every function, when you worship other demigods also, in the beginning also they say, Achamya, Achyutaya Nama, Ananta Nama, Keshavaya Nama, all those things. Again the end also they say, Krishna Arpanam also. That means Krishna is there. Whether the demigod is also there, along with him, Krishna is 100% there. So everything is the purpose of Krishna only. Whatever you are doing, it is only for the purpose of Krishna. Apart from such Vedic duties, even in our ordinary dealings, what earlier told you, it was about Vedic duties. Now about the ordinary dealings, example the householder affairs or in our business or profession, we must consider that the result of activities must be given over to the Supreme Enjoyer. When you go out of the home, just to pray him, O Krishna, or O Rama, or Srinivasa, whatever you feel you like, you tell, I am going out to perform my own duties, for doing my business or my activities, please help me, it is successful. You go. Well, after coming back, whether it is successful or unsuccessful, O Krishna, I have done my duty properly. I leave the result to you. I will leave the result to you. It is up to you to give the result. Like that you need to say. Otherwise, you should not say, I am praying you, you will have to provide this. You cannot make it a condition. It should not be conditioned devotion, but it is with affection you are doing. With affection you are doing and with all confidence. So, like that, all your activities, result of all the activities must be given over to the Supreme Enjoyer. Supreme Enjoyer is the Supreme God, Lord Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord has declared himself to be the enjoyer of everything. See, in Treta Yuga, when Rama has come, he has performed like a normal human being and he has shown how to respect parents, acharyas, how to love brothers, sisters, everything is shown. He has shown it practically. But few people who followed him, made him Uttama Purusha and called him Purushottama. But otherwise, they did not believe him as a God. And again in the Dwapara Yuga, Krishna Paramatma has exhibited all his transcendental activities like a God, Supreme God. But people thought he is doing some mystic activities and it's a blessing of the demigod, Devatas. But it is not like that and people did not understand him properly. For that reason, he tried many times when he has opened his mouth to his Yashoda Mata to show that he has not eaten the dirt. He has shown all the universes in this one. He thought Yashoda will question him and he would tell everything about him. She never questioned. When he danced with gopis, some thousands of gopis there, thousands of gopis, he was thousands of Krishna. Because everybody wanted to dance with Krishna, he made himself into thousands of gopis. But nobody, they enjoyed the Krishna, but they never asked, who are you? Like that, when he lifted the Govardhagiri on little finger and when offerings were made, he was all around the Govardhagiri hill and accepted from everyone. They never questioned him. Like that, many times he tried to tell about him. Since nobody questioned him, he kept quiet. But when during the first day of Mahabharata, even before the war has started, when Arjuna questioned Krishna, oh Krishna, I am seeing all my relatives, friends, everybody, brothers are there, cousins are there. If I start aiming my arrow, nobody will be left alive. Everybody will die. Because if I will die, I will get a sin. So in this now you need to explain me what I should do. As soon as he questioned like that one, Krishna Paramatma started answering all his, clearing all his doubts, explaining that he is the Supreme Lord. Like that in Bhagavad Gita he said, for everything He is supreme proprietor and He is the creator. He is creating everything and everything is within His creation. A pure devotee remembers this constantly. If a devotee is having pure affection in the God, who is having full faith and surrender to God, he will always remember this constantly. And in doing so, he repeats the transcendental name, fame and qualities of the Lord. He would do preaching. He will never imitate. Pure devotee will never imitate God, but for the purpose of the service of God, he will do the preaching. He will do the preaching of Krishna. And Lord, which means he is constantly in touch with the Lord. Like that, now I am doing the preaching part. Like what is happening is while teaching you about the Bhagavatham, Mahabharata, Ramayana, about those so many scriptures, I am also remembering Krishna. I am in touch with Krishna. Like that it happens. The pure devotee, when he does all these things, he will be in touch with Krishna. The Lord is identical with his name. Whether you say Krishna, Rama or here the Achavatara, it is one and the same. Even the Bhagavatam is also Krishna himself. Bhagavad Gita is also Krishna himself. You can't say that Bhagavad Gita is one book or Bhagavatam is one book. It is Krishna himself because it is full of Krishna itself. So like that, name, fame, etc. constantly means actually to associate with the Lord. The major portion of the monetary income, not less than 50%, must be spent to carry out the order of Krishna. That means here he is saying, you earn 1 crore of rupees. When you earn 1 crore of rupees, you don't accumulate it. Out of that one, 50% straight away you use it for the service of Krishna. In the form of, you can give it as a charity to the temple, in the form of any food material, food grains or like that, or in the form of some materials you can do, or you can organize it for purpose of preaching you can spend, like that you need to do. And or you can also give it to the others in charity who are doing, utilizing it properly. But if they misuse it, whatever sin they commit, you will be the shareholder in that. So one should be careful while doing this sharing of his income. Whether whatever percentage of income you are sharing for the purpose of in the devotion of God, that should be utilized properly. If it is given to some other person who misutilizes, then you will be the partner in that bad things. Not only we should give the profit of earning for this cause, but we must also arrange to preach this cult of devotion. That is like what I am doing. What I am doing is just preaching. We need to develop. It will not come in one day. You need to associate in such satsang, in Ramayana, Mahabharata and Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita discourses, where not only in this temple, in some other temple it might happen, but it should be from the authorized persons who are following the original text, original scripture who are following, then you can follow them. And you also do starting preaching. Preaching, it's not necessary that you need to sit in a temple and do. In your colony, in your office, wherever it is convenient, you find a convenient place and start preaching. Like that, it's a devotional service. Preach the devotion of others because it is also one of the orders of the order. This is what Krishna Paramatma has told. It's not I am telling you or somebody else telling. It is the order of Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, it is the order of Krishna. So the Lord definitely says that one is more dear to him than one who is always engaged in preaching work of the Lord's name and fame. It is not necessary that only monetarily you do the charity. I mean that is not there. If you do the preaching and talk about the Krishna in one way or the other, Krishna will like you more than anybody else. He does not have any impartiality or partiality with one and any individual. But one who does his service in preaching about his name and fame, he loves them very much. The scientific discoveries of the material world can also be equally engaged in carrying out his order. He wants the message of Bhagavad Gita to be preached among his devotees. It's a simple thing. You know, practically you know that presently our Prime Minister Narada Modi, whenever he goes abroad or whenever he meets any guest, what he does, he gives a scripture. He does not preach. He does not say about Krishna or anybody. He just gives a Bhagavad Gita as a gift. He gives it. That itself is a preaching. Because wherever he is promoting, that itself is a preaching. Even that can be done. So, this message, Bhagavad Gita, to preach among his devotees. He is not reading it out because time is highly valuable for him. Because he has to take care of so many other activities. Just he is giving the book, one has to follow that one. He wants the message of the Bhagavad Gita preached among the devotees. It may not be so done among those who do not crave austerities, charities, education, etc. Therefore, see whether we distribute some books, literally some other books, not Bhagavad Gita. It's not a preaching. It's not a preaching. We are helping them, or it might be they are misled also. Sometimes it is misled also by giving some wrong books. So that is not the correct way of preaching. Therefore, the attempt must go on to convert unwilling men to become his devotees. You should try to convince the atheist who does not have any faith in God, to have developed trust in the God, and they should be able to come. Lord Chaitanya has taught a very simple method in this connection. Chaitanya was during Treta Yuga, Krishna is incarnated as Rama. In Dwapara Yuga, Krishna himself has incarnated as Krishna himself, and because nobody trusted him as God, though he told that he is God, nobody believed that he is God. They thought he is doing some mystic activities. So, because in present time, there are many Swamijis are there, fake Swamijis. They say, I am doing that, I am doing this, and they also just open the hand, they show something, and we think they are, and people go and follow them because he is doing some mistake. So similarly, in Dwapara Yuga, people felt like that. So Krishna, what he thought, in Dwapara Yuga, again his actual incarnation is yet to take place at the end of Kali Yuga. That is about 4,26,750 years left out. But otherwise, he took the birth as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in between Odisha and West Bengal state, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he has blessed us with Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and also instructed us to chant 64 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, like the Prabhu and his Mataji, they are doing on beat for 108 times, one round, like that 64 rounds. In this Kali Yuga, we might have less time, we will not be able to do 64 rounds, but we should try to do as much as possible. So Chaitanya has taught a very simple method in this connection. He has taught the lesson for preaching the transcendental message through singing, dancing, and refreshment, like that. While refreshment means, again, he would arrange offerings, and the prasadam, in the form of prasadam, he used to give it to the devotees who participated in this singing and dancing of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Like that you can also do. Instead of singing some nonsense movie songs, you can sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra and dance along with that one. There are many music also following that one. Like that you could do. As such, 50% of our income may be spent for this purpose. Like that, you need not give it to any temple or anything. You arrange a group singing, group dancing. For that you may have to spend. So that, like that, you spend your part of your income in preaching like that. Because nobody can expect that everybody will start preaching Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatham, and Mahabharata and Ramayana. Because they are all highly educated persons also, they may not understand. Even IAS officer, IPS officer, or some scientist or some holding lot of PhD, they cannot explain Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, because it is entirely different subject. It's entirely different subject, and it is again this understanding. Bhagavad Gita is like doing our graduation course, and Bhagavatam is like doing a specialization. So this is entirely different this thing. no present educated person, literate person, they cannot explain until unless they are thorough in this subject. So as such, for that reason, you can spend your preaching like arranging group singing, group chanting, group dancing about Mahamantra. And if only leading to the wealthy person of society agree to spend 50% of their income in the service of the Lord, like Ambanis and Adanis, they do that. With Tatas they do, Birlas do. You can see Birla Mandir in every city. It is their determination, sankalpa. Whenever they start a new project, before starting a new project, they start developing a temple at a convenient place. There are many Birla temples there all over the world. Rich people, they do that. Not only this one. See, Tatas are maintaining this Gorakhpur press, where all the scriptures are given at this subsidized price. At cost to cost price they give. Cost to cost price give. They don't make any profit in that one. Like that, rich people, they do that one. Like that, whatever we earn, if not 50%, 5%, 10%, whatever, you use it for devotional purpose, for preaching. It's not necessarily need, you have to put it in the hundi or give it to the temple. You yourself can arrange different type of, carry some Bhagavad Gita books, distribute it. Like that you can do. Everyone will attend such function and everyone is sure to feel individually the transcendental presence of Lord. When you do some vratas, like Satyaswam Vrata or Lakshmi Vrata, some vratas you do, when you invite your guests, they will come, everybody will come, because they enjoy what you are doing, the worship, enjoy the worshipping time, as well as they enjoy the prasadam, like that. So we need to do. We also, like that, we have to follow. The only condition for successfully executing such spiritual activities is that they must be conducted under the guidance of pure devotee who is completely free from all mundane desires, fruitive activities and dry speculations. We should not see for that one with a purohit or a priest, whoever is coming. You see that he is a pure devotee who has full faith in God. Because for today, for earning purpose, there are so many people, they wear like a purohit priest, they come and do, so they all make you lead you in a wrong way to perform the worship and other things. So you should select a correct person for doing all those activities. It is already spoken by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita, especially and in all other Vedic literature generally, about this worship, and that will guide us to the path of perfection. One should become perfect. How means? By understanding the Bhagavad Gita through an absolute preacher in a proper way. You need to attend many such satsangs, not only one. Regularly if you attend, when you having some many much time spending outside for your work, for your enjoying the movies, other things, you also try to spend some time in satsang wherever, in this temple or any other temple, to the authorized preacher, and get the knowledge. That will guide us to the path of perfection. One can remain in his own position. You can be as it is. You need not change your position. If you are having business, you have your business. If you are working in some company, do that. If you don't change your position, while being in that position, you also try to spend some of your time like this. And no one has to change his position, especially in this age of variegated difficulties. Because here, earlier, in the ancient times, only men used to go out and work. The women never worked. They used to stay at home, take care of the family affairs. But now both of them have to work. Sometimes even children are forced to work because earnings are very less. They need to, until unless they earn more, survival is difficult. For that purpose, I will never say that one should stay here or no. Even some, whatever time is possible, you try to spend. And after giving up such lofty, puffed up varieties, one may be very summarily receive the orders of the Lord in Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatham from the lips of a bona fide devotee whose qualification is mentioned above. They will make everything successful without doubt. See, here again qualification means no university will give us any certificate. No university will give us any certificate. We, our acharyas have initiated us with mantras and how to do the preaching. They have instructed us. We follow them. We follow them also by reading and understanding before. And not only I am preaching, whatever I am preaching, I should also follow. If I preach something to you and I do not follow, it is a wrong. That means I am not the original preacher. Whatever I am telling you, that we need to do. So like that. So coming to other this thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Kali Yuga time, since we have very less time, he has given this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is free from all regulations. It can be meditated, chanted, and it can be sung anytime, 24 hours into our lifetime. Not just 1 year, 2 years or something. For our lifetime, we need to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra because that is a practice we need to make so that we will be able to remember him at the end of our life. Antakala Svokte Kalevaram in the 8th chapter, 5th sloka is told, whatever we remember, we would take next birth like that. So if we remember him, we go back to our Godhead, that is our own home. So before concluding for the now present session, we shall chant Hare Krishna mantra 5 times and disperse for now. Today evening we have Ramayana. We are starting with Sundarkanda Adhyaya first. Already last week we have completed Kishkinda Kanda. Today we will be starting Sundarakanda in the evening. Again tomorrow morning we have Bhagavata discourse continuation. So please chant Hare Krishna mantra loudly with me 5 times. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is not counted, please loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swasti Prabhyapayantyam Nyayena Margena Maishaha Go Brahmavastu Nityam Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu Kayena Vacha Manasendriya Buddhyatpate Swabhavat Karomi Yajyat Parasmai Narayanachi Sarpayami Srimana Sarvam Sarvam Sri Krishna Mangalam Nityayate Mangalam. Jai Sri Radha Gopinath ki, Jai Sri Jagannath Baldar Subramaya ki, Jai Sri Narasimha Bhagwan ki, Jai Sri Prahlad Maharaj ki, Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Jai Sri Panchatattva ki, Jai Sri Madhvadhan Granth ki, Jai Sri Hare Krishna Mahanth ki, Jai Sri Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's for your information, we have Jagannath Rath Yatra on Sunday afternoon starting here from the temple at 1 o'clock. I pray to all of you to participate in that one, make it successful. And today evening we have Ramayana Katha starting with Sundarakanda. Already we completed Kishkinda Kanda during the last week. Hare Krishna.